Okay, there's a reason why Microsoft switched the name from Office 365 to Microsoft 365. I mean, but they haven't done such a good job at telling us why. It's only when you dig into deep into see what it is, then you find out what it is. So I'm going to try, if you have time, I'm going to try to show you how to build a chatbot. Actually, it's more like how to modify a chatbot because it's easy to get started with. And the other topics I'm just going to go through briefly. So Power Virtual Agent is the newest addition in the whole Power Platform. So this is, I'm going to show you how quickly we can actually do that. So there are three ways where you can actually create a chatbot. So you can actually turn your FAQ into a Q&A bot, or you can drag and drop and create responses. So you can create a chatbot in Microsoft Teams itself, or you can create it using the web interface and then publish it on Facebook or your website, something like that. Or you can actually come to us if you need, kind of AI part of the chatbot where it actually can do more or can actually integrate with the applications. All of that is possible to a certain extent with Power Virtual Agent. So what you do is once you publish the bot, not just a chat properly, you can do any one of these, which is arrows. You can publish it to a different platform, or you can get insights, monitor how your bot is doing, how people are using it, so that you can actually improve it. If you need, you can integrate it with another system, or you can even advance it with NLP, with a code framework, and we can actually do that. It's not necessary to do all of these, but at least you need to publish it once. So usually when you go to the drag and drop interface, you're going to find this. So let me show you how it will look. To ask you to create a bot, but I can actually. It's going to actually create a test bot by default for you. So where you can actually have the bot here. So why is it not connected? Let me refresh this. So by default, when you create a bot using Power Virtual Agent, it's going to create some tutorial-like stuff for you, where you can actually do something really basic. But if you can test the bot, say hello, it's going to suggest to you, can you read? So pick it up for you to read. Okay. So then it's going to tell you, okay, I'm the virtual agent, I can do this. So maybe you can ask, how are you today? Let's say someone you want to define something really simple. What are your opening hours? So here, hours is going to tell you, okay, merchant opening hours or this day from this day. Now this is one example. So how easy is it to create this? Is actually what I just did is I just went to the Power Virtual Agent and I created new bot, and it gave me this, and it came with these topics which you can talk to. These are actually the items that the bot is going to use when it's going to respond to this. So this response comes from actually these topics. So the first one, you see that, okay, this is the topic name, don't use. Description, this is for you to use. Now this part is actually the useful part. So if someone writes, when are you closed, why are you open, etc., daily opening hours, then only it's going to respond with this item. So similar, you can have other topics. Check location, closest talk to me, and it's easy to run. So where are you located? And it's going to do an approximate matching. So you can have as many examples as you want. Put the two-way. Although I should not be putting Creole because it's an English chatbot. But when you create a chatbot, you get the chance to choose the language also. It can be English, French, there's no Creole. But, yeah. And then what happens when someone does this and actually does a matching based on this? Save topic. Always remember to save, otherwise it's not going to refresh this board. Saving here, so saving is fine. Okay, now that's saved. Location. It's going to say location. Yeah. Which location are you interested in? Fine. See, I just wrote something in Creole because it's okay. And it's working because it's matching something here and it's good. Now what happened next is it gave me a choice here. Which location do you want? Redmond, Seattle, here. And again, this is one more so you want the user to click. It's easier. I want Redmond. That's going to give me the address for Redmond. And if that answers the question, let's say in the border here, this is the protector. Then I can say yes, or I can say no. Then have a rating. Anything else you can help you with, you can add a type or you can. Okay, no thanks. And it's done. Now this part, what happens when the user click here? So you click, there's a button here, go to Ozora Encanto. When you click here, this is where you edit the actions. So remember the phrases which we defined here. So what happens next is it's going to say me I am to help you and going to ask you which location are you interested in. Now this is the question and the type of question. So it can be here it's a multiple choice, it can be an age, you can choose any of this. Country, time, email, so I can even add, I'm going to add an age if you want, and the different options that you have. And looking out. And the moment you save it, and yeah, it's done. And you can see that for these options, it has to show a specific address. So it's going to be based on condition. So I have condition here. If this location is equal to, you have to change the event again a type, that's going to show me concentration. Okay, so I have this, and now you can test if you want. Goes away, in the event, and I have my event address. Easy. Now you can publish this app. You can publish it on Facebook, Skype, Teams, or on your website if you want, or a mobile app if you want. And it can go even further like this. I mean, if you want to even do something like some customer wants a booking or customer wants an information about their account, you can do things like, ask the person, what's your email, or, have some other kind of, and given that this is an interface with Office, so your users already authenticated. If you want to authenticate the customer, identify, you can do that, and you can actually pull data from your third-party system using, again, Power Automate, all apps, or we can write custom integration for that, which really makes it a lot more powerful. So you also have threat protection in Office, in Microsoft 365. It's not just Office, you can protect your phone, your laptops, and you have this control that usually if you're allowing your personnel to use their own devices, if they're working from home. You can remotely control if they're leaving, if they're out of the job, you can actually prevent the data from being there. There's an identity management, login, etc. There's an email scanning, and of course, which allows you to protect your emails, Defender, identity, apps on the cloud. So how it works is that usually people have policies in the organizations that okay, you're not supposed to go on YouTube, you're not supposed to go on Facebook, you're supposed to go on maybe Jira, or you're supposed to use Office 365. You can define these policies. Even if you have not defined, it can actually detect where your users are actually going, and then it allows you to view this list of applications, the websites, any that people are going, where you can actually put policies in place for that. There are a lot of apps that are already identifiable by Office 365, like AWS, Facebook, so Google, if you're allowing Google, so you can actually control where users want to go or not to go. For more than this. So I'll call Varuna now